is up? YouTube. Oh boy, almost taking the low, but just missing out on that little bit more. Let's see if we can actually catch it live with a little bit of luck. Yeah, we have some stuff to talk about. How you doing, YouTube? What's up? What's up? Good evening in the Netherlands, but maybe it's a good afternoon, morning, or night for you. But good to have you here. Welcome, everyone. Lots of people here actually at the beginning of the live stream after only 3 minutes. Shows that we are at a important part on the chart. No, we're like this white line is the previous low, and we are only a few dollars away from the previous low. So yeah, very interesting. Of course, we're going to cover Elliott Waves. I have a lot to talk about. So yeah, and also what I like to talk about is the price action here, because as you know, I'm a very patient trader and there was no proof of support, as I will show you in a second. But yeah, welcome everyone. Biscuit, Mido, Mike D. When they do the wave, I scream Elliott. That's what I like to hear. Mladen, welcome. Good to have you here. Trading Queen as well. Welcome. Cheers, Mike. What's up? Maybe in Band-Aid, Serega. I was watching One Piece on Netflix, but this is always good. Mike D, yo, got your priorities straight. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Do you want to tell us something scary? No. I mean, in the end, it's just a non-emotional, unbiased technical analysis. And I have to say that this move as an impulse down, yes, volume is increasing, which is quite interesting. But when you count this move to the downside, it looks like you're almost like at the end, you're losing a bit of steam, and you want to start looking for a bounce, even though it looks much, it looks like an impulse to the downside, close to the low. So looking for proof of support, you need to come with something good in order to long here, no? So yeah, very patient. Always hearing good and bad moments. What's up, Gwendy? How you doing? Admin, how are you doing? Welcome. Dexter, I was watching your show just now with my wife. We are at episode 4 or 5 now, season 1. Mr. Friends, what's up? Incredible that you pulled out the data of open interest on Coinbase, by the way. No, not Coinbase, Coinalyze. This guy, such a magician. Bassline B, Bassline Benny, how you doing? Welcome. Let's start. Let's start. Milos Milner, welcome as well. Katapao, good morning from New Zealand. Jeez, other side of the world. Christian, welcome back again. Austria, Tyrol. Want to learn Elliott Waves? Get a notebook, get a pen. Check out the source in the description, which is absolutely free, which is a website below education, Elliott Waves, and the book that I can recommend. Start there, I suppose. And then the gold membership is always a plan to go, which is or a place to go, which is the Elliott Wave course I have. Jen, what's up? How you doing? Let's start. I just got wrecked on Bitcoin. Long shit. Oh boy. Trade save. Anup, welcome. Riley, Dexter slaps. We're at the episode where they found spoilers. Well, not really. We're at the episode where they just found the body of the ice stadium security guard. That's the one we watched. Mike D coming in hot right at the start of the live stream, man. Thanks, Mike, for the 5. Shit, eh? Look at you go. Christian, minus, I suppose. RP, Thomas Tribula, and Elia Dupe. You can thank Mike D for the membership. And that then also means that you can send me an email, koenztrading@outlook.com, and I will bump you up to silver, which is the short-term updates, right? So make sure to do that, and thank Mike D in the meantime. Mike, thanks for your support, man. Thanks for, I really appreciate, like, it's difficult to really communicate this type of stuff on webcams, but all of you being here, and then, Mike as well, sharing some love with the community. Thanks, man. That's very kind. Very, very kind. So send me an email, guys. Christian, RP, Thomas, and Elia. And I'll bump you up to silver. koenztrading@outlook.com with your YouTube username, Discord, and Telegram username if you have those as well. So I can get you sorted. So let's go over Elliott Waves. I'm going to start on the weekly time frame. We're going to do a full coverage this time. And I have about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. So, we're gonna run through the whole shebang and then we'll see where we are tomorrow. I do want to at least put an alarm on the low. So if we are on the higher time frames and we do take it, I won't be surprised if we leave a double bottom and you know, like be like, yo, see you later, everyone shorting in the low, but we're not actually taking the low, and then and then boom, you know, go down next week pretty much. But yeah, we're so close. There's currently no signs of strength nor support. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I see this in the corner of my eye. Gustav, how is Trading Queen, mate? Gustav, how you doing, man? Long 57k or wait and see. Depends on your plan or strategy. However, I'm a patient trader, so if price hits 57, 56, I first want to see the reaction, and if I see what I want to see, I long. But it's not a limit order. I'm a market type of guy. Pleasure, CFPV. But Gustav, thanks, man. Yo, the start of this stream, guys, thanks so much. Mike D, Gustav, cheers, man. Liquid Mafia, nice one. Malo Bucker, also, you guys are always there. Ani, Sheen, Macy, welcome to the team. Send me an email, guys, and I'll bump you up to silver. Just shared some charts of Liquid Mafia earlier today, the massive ring charts, the great ring charts. So, yo, Mark, what's up, Mark? Mark popping in as well, probably sitting on the couch, chilling, maybe watching some sports, but nope. He turned us in his YouTube on, saw the notification, and comes in. There you go. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Gustav, Mike, thanks, guys. What a nutty start. Okay, I want to start with the following, and then we go to the weekly time frame. So we had the potential here, right? Move to the upside. Now, as mentioned, I'm always a patient trader. I want to see the reaction, right? So what did I look for? Patiently wait for a little bit of a retracement to the downside locally, right? We had the potential of a 1 2 1 2, and then you look for a 3 4 5. Now that quite quickly got invalidated as price went too low, either for 1 2 3 4 5. So it moved down too low. But what's actually more interesting to me was we saw this bearish CVD divergences on the 3-minute time frame. So price moving up, moving down, we get this green candle, bearish CVD on yellow, red candle, bit of bearish CVD again, which just shows no strength whatsoever, right? This is in the silver update section. So for the guys that just got gifted, you know, the silver update section. And then as well, when price moved to the downside, it hit the 886 from this low to that high, increasing probabilities to take the double bottom, because the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2, common target for a wave B or a wave X, increasing the probabilities any move up is C or Y, and take the low at the latest stage, which is what we have done, because after that, this was the 886, we moved to the downside. Took a bit of time actually to move towards the downside. It's been a very grinding, almost like sideways type of price action. But yeah, there was no strength. No sign of strength to the upside. We took the high, didn't flip it, grabbed the liquidity, moved down, bearish CVD, and now here we are. You know, this is where we find ourselves. So yeah, very, very interesting. Indeed. Desek, welcome. So yeah, we're gonna go over Elliott Waves. What's up, Legionario? How you doing? Welcome. Good to have you here. We're gonna jump to the weekly as mentioned at the beginning, and we're gonna run through the whole thing. We're gonna go through the bullish and the bearish scenarios on all the time frames. Likely there's gonna be some bits and pieces where I have to think myself. I didn't really update stuff compared to the live stream earlier today. So I might have to, you know, do some live things on the lower time frames, but the higher time frames are pretty easy, pretty set. So yeah, I'm going to remove this line for now as well. It has an alarm, so if we do take it, let's start with the bullish scenarios, and then we get to the bearish scenario. One sec. Oh, here, macro bear. Yeah. So that's good. What is this? Okay, I see. So cool. I want to do macro first. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's go through the weekly time frame. So we have the most bullish setup, right? Then a arguably short-term bearish, short-term weekly chart, by the way, and then eventually bullish, right? This is even more bullish, to be honest. I'll explain why. And then we have the very bearish scenario where we look for a big move to the downside in a very big impulse, which I will talk to you about in a little bit. Cool. Let's start with the bullish scenario. So we're going to run through this pretty quick because I also don't have all the time oh, that's very Dutch what I just did. Ik heb ook niet alle tijd. But let's run through it. Your short-term most bullish scenario, even though the highs are going to be less than the scenario coming up, is a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 ending, moving to the downside. Common target for your wave 4 is the green box taken from the low to the high of this wave 3, 63.3k to 53.3k. 618 is an invalidation. Now I have no problem with price moving to about 57.56. With regards to the local scenarios and the local price section, it's absolutely fine to move towards that 382 as long as we find some support here. And we do have some additional support, which I'll show in a second around this area. Moving lower though towards that 0.5 is not preferred because it would be very deep for the structures that we are forming here, unless we have a bigger AB, bigger flat, but I'll get to that when we go to the 4-hour chart, right? So the 382 is an important one here, 57.5, but this 56.6 to 57.5, that is pretty much like the area where the 382 is, but also some other confluences. So here we look for a move towards the upside, look for a 5, finish yellow 3, yellow 4, yellow 5, okay? Makes sense, right? Impulses always come in 5-wave structures. Now what is interesting is if you invalidate this scenario, the 618 here, invalidation for a wave 4, 49.3k, even though the 05 isn't going to be very pretty though. But invalidating this scenario immediately triggers this next bullish scenario, which actually is more bullish than the first one I've just shown. And that is because you're going to get a much, much bigger wave 3. So what we are looking for here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside the yellow 3, we're looking for the green count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because we look for a wave 2 here in a bigger 1, 2, 1, 2, your wave 3, is yet to start. So we don't yet have a finished wave 3 like we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? We didn't even finish the green 2 yet. We still need the 3. And the 3 is usually the biggest, most extended, highest wave to the upside, right? So you expect a much bigger target towards the upside. And internally, we then have a lower time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing over here. We look for deeper prices. Common target for your 2 is the 05786 from the low to the high, low over here of this green wave 1, yellow wave 2 here, to the all-time high that we have at the moment. 42.8k, 31.4k. After that, we want to see impulsive structures to the upside. We look for support, proof of support. What I always talk about, I just showed you on the low time frame what I've been looking for over here and what I saw, right? No proof of support over here, not interesting for long. No? In this area, we are on a higher time frame, but we do want to see some proof of support coming in and probabilities changing towards the upside. Now the 382, uncommon for wave 2 at 48.7. 886, you don't want to hit the 886. That wouldn't be pretty because then we start to get towards the bearish scenario. And the bearish scenario is that we go for new lows. At least that's the highest probability because a running flat in a wave A, B, and then a wave C and then up is the most rare flat pattern. So what we're looking for here is a flat. It's a regular flat, right? So we have 3 wave A, 3 wave B, and eventually a wave C to the downside where the target of your wave C should move below wave A. In this scenario, your common target area for C is 16.5 to 11.6k, taken from the high to the low of A to the high of this wave be. Extension target is the 1.618 at 65.6k. The 0.618, I actually like to remove it. It's just extra clutter. It's not really important. And what you're going to be looking for here is this. A big 5-wave impulsive structure to the downside. Nope. To then finish your wave C. Now the best area of support is just below the common target area for your C, which is the golden pocket from the low to the high we have here. And then also the value area high of a multi-year volume profile, which is about 10 to 9K, 9 to 10K, right? That's your biggest area of support. Now, before we really start to increase probabilities for this scenario, we first need to lose a couple of levels, right? And that also means that if price does move to the downside, once we start to have a bounce towards the upside, we are closely gonna observe if it is impulsive or corrective, right? So this is the most bearish scenario, but at the moment does not yet have the highest probabilities compared to the two bullish scenarios, right? Because we are still at 60K, right? From 15 to 74, there is no signs yet to switch probabilities to bearish and look for prices below 15K. You first need to lose a couple of levels. Price action locally needs to show a lot more weakness than it has currently done in order for us to think about levels that low, okay? So just to make sure that is well communicated. Doesn't mean price can't move down. There's no problem with price moving down. If you go to the previous bull market, you have drops in there of 60, 50, 40, 70% in a bull market, right? It's absolutely normal to have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% drops at times, right? So it's absolutely no problem. This one so far has been actually quite mild. Now with that most bearish scenario on the 4-hour chart, you then have this 1, 2, 1, 2 and another 1, 2. You're going to be looking for a very big wave 3 towards the downside, right? So in this scenario, you have your 2 finished, your 1 over here is finished. You want to see a very big wave 3. What lowers the probabilities at the moment also for this scenario is the 886 touch that we have here, which is rare for wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X. Increases probabilities for corrective structures afterwards, and therefore increases probabilities to eventually look for price to move towards the upside and take the highs and continue the bigger trend. So that 886 is important. It's very rare for a wave 2 to have an 886 as a target, but it happens, right? It happens, can absolutely happen. So, okay. Support to the downside. First of all, we have the low over here. No, then we have a weekly gap, which is a gap we almost touched now. So on the weekly time frame, order block, move up, and the low. Over here, we have a gap. Commonly, the high of the gap at least gives some sort of a reaction, but you don't really like to close daily candles in here because it increases probabilities to fill the gap towards the downside. Now, in the middle of the gap, as explained earlier, around that 382, we have some extra support, which is the white box here, a bit of an order block between 56.6 and 57.6K, which so happens to be the exact level of the 382, which is the bright green line here on the chart. You can see the 382 in confluence with that brighter white box, right? So that is an important area towards the downside. Now, other than that, there's actually not too much going on, because if I open my folders, which therefore also includes, let's do my target boxes, which are the blue boxes, and I have blue boxes down. As you can see, it's very empty. So besides the weekly gap and that support resistance area, if you lose that, you're pretty much going 54.4, and that's only one daily naked point of control, and then you're going to end up at 51.8. Right? So there's not much left. Level to level, first need to lose it, but at least there's not much on the chart, below 56.6. So if you lose that, you're going to move further to the downside. Okay, let's talk bullish scenarios then, shall we? And we will get to the probabilities towards the end. So the most bullish scenario does not make sense anymore, right? Where you have your regular flat ABC in blue here and a 1-2 and continuation up. Right? You already retraced beyond the 886, pretty much took the low almost as well. You know, it's so low probability. I don't even know why I mention it now. So here we have an extended range where we have our regular flat W, X, Y. Inside this wave X, we are then looking for a flat as well. 3 wave A, ABC to the downside for B, 5 wave move up for a wave C, which is reflected in this scenario here. So what you're looking at right now is pretty much the scenario that is left in your wave X, unless we get some sort of a big triangle, by the way, A, B, C, D, E, but that is way too early to call. So we have our A, our B, and then a wave C in a flat structure. Common target area for your wave B is the 1.236 to the 1.38, and guess what? It is exactly on top of the support level and the 382. Right, so that's an important area. See if we can actually spot some proof of support in that area as well. And after B, we want to see an impulse towards the upside to take the high of this wave A over here, and then move again to the downside in wave Y. Now, preferably this wave X is finishing after the vertical line on the chart, which is a fib time taken from the high to the low of W, or the start to the end of W. And it's a 0.382. Waves most commonly have a relationship of at least a 0.382 fib time, if not longer. So ending wave X, right? Ending wave X over here has lower probabilities compared to still moving towards the upside in a wave X. So moving X here and then a zigzag in Y. Is it possible? Yeah, you can end the move down and then move towards the upside. This and then that, right? Looking for Y, flat X, zigzag in Y, valid scenario, just not the highest probabilities because your wave X is going to be so incredibly short in time. Preferably it ends after the 382, which is the 2nd of May. It's not yet the 2nd of May. So that is why that flat scenario is very interesting, where you do get a bounce towards the upside. Of course, losing that area pretty much means losing the support resistance area, which pretty much means you move towards that 51.8K area. 54.4 first and then 51.8. And that is the low, everyone. Happy new low. Not yet on AGGR, but we did make a new low on my chart here because my alarm went off, which means we took it over here. And so we did. Oh, nice. There we go. Caught it on the stream. Interesting. So, important area of support, right? Now, the bullish scenario, and this is something I have to put on my chart. We are going to go through this through the probabilities in a second, okay? A bullish scenario where you are allowed to lose this support and you're going to look for lower is a bigger flat, A, B, and then a bigger wave C. So we have a 1, 2, you're going to have a 3, 4, 5. However, this wave C is going to be absolutely massive, and I haven't actually checked it myself. It's just something that I had in my mind, so I quickly want to check it. And also for a regular flat, it is not preferred to actually go that low. But let me quickly put it on the chart. And, oh, wait, come on, regular flat. Okay. This is your common target for wave C in a regular flat, which becomes a bit of a problem, no? Wave B hit the 0.9, that's a valid regular flat wave B target, but your common target area is the 1 to the 1.236. If this is only your wave 1, 2, and you still need a 3, 4, and a 5, where usually wave 3 is the longest, strongest, most impulsive wave, also in a wave C, you are going to end somewhere down here and not inside the target area for wave C. So in other words, losing 56, 57K would not be great because this scenario does not look pretty. Quick FIB time check here. FIB time wise, we definitely have enough time for a bigger wave C. 29th of May. It's just that the target is very far. We don't have to talk about targets for an expanding flat in this case. So this is something new. This is just a bit of live action. I only had it in my mind. I just want to quickly put it on the chart and see for myself if this is something worth like interesting or not. So the target area for an expanding flat would be 53.4 to 51.6, and that is exactly where we have some support on top of the 1.618. So that 51.8K level is indeed important, even though I don't like an expanding flat structure here. If this is your 1, 2 and you look for a 3, that wave 1 is so big that the common target for wave 3 is the 1.618 at 45.8K. So it needs to be a small wave 3, in other words. So let's see how this goes. I'm at least gonna save it. And I'm just gonna write something random, and I'm gonna keep it in my folders because it might be something I come back to later. It's not too pretty. So let's first focus on the WXY as just explained. 56, 57, very important. If that starts to lose, right? If we lose 56, 57. The bullish scenario becomes a little bit more complex. So we'll see. Okay, so WXY, we spoke about this one, the bearish scenario, finish 1, 2, looking for a big 3. We spoke about that one as well. Locally, the flat, we already covered this earlier. All right, so we can remove this. This was also part of the flat. Yeah, the impulse to the downside. So look at the amount of volume. Holy moly, beautiful. So we had the move to the downside, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, potential for an ABC, no strength as explained earlier, right? So we're looking for a move down. 1, 2, 1, 2. Where is the 3 and the 4? Now, I actually wrote about this in silver just now, where I said, hey, there's no local strength. Price is moving down, almost taking the low. Impulse down looks good. Questionable where wave 3 and 4 go. Could be finished, but with the little move up we had earlier today, just left of this one over here, right? That one. The move is grinding down slowly, might end. However, when I look at the volume, it is very high, which is something that you see in wave 3s and not really to end a structure. And that volume is now very small compared to the candle we have here, but that's this part here. So we have a potential 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a move to the downside. You're going to be looking for like 4, 5, 4, 5 type of structures to then end the impulse. The only problem I had, because now we took the low, is that the volume is increasing. And the fact that the volume is increasing, right, makes it very difficult to talk about the end of 5 and a bit of a bounce to the upside. So therefore, and besides there was no sign of strength anyway, we just wait for price to move lower. As long as price moves down with volume increasing, we look for lower. As I always say with regards to Elliott waves, as long as price moves down and volume goes up, wait for a range to form, because the range will give you all of the information that you need, right? Just as explained at the beginning here, we start to range. No sign of strength, bearish, CVD, divergences inside the range, hitting the 886, downside expected. We got to move to the downside. So we just have to wait till a range forms, see how extended this wave 3 is going to be. There is arguably a potential argument here for a 3-4 ending wave 5 on high volume, but that's very uncommon because most commonly wave 3 has the highest amount of volume, and clearly this candle at the moment has the highest amount of volume. So yeah, and very nice that we can now get rid of the bullish scenario because that one is now invalidated. So with regards to the probabilities, on the weekly time frame, the probabilities remain higher for the bullish scenarios compared to the bearish scenarios. Now, as mentioned, we have two bullish scenarios. 49.3 is the first invalidation, which then triggers the second bullish scenario. Okay, so at the moment, that remains the higher probability scenario. We're at 60k, guys, from 74 to 60, from 15 to 74. There is just a big range going on. You really need to first lose significant levels before we start to give high probabilities or higher probabilities to the bearish scenario on a weekly time frame, where we are going to look for prices below 15k, like crazy numbers, right? So probability wise, that's it. Bullish still has high probabilities. On the 4-hour chart, we are still looking at the WXY as well. 56.57 is very important for that scenario. Losing 56.57, and we might have to look for that flat with the lower targets, but that's not a pretty scenario actually. So preferably we hold 56.57 and take it from there. Losing that does shift a little bit of probabilities to potentially a bigger impulse down, depending on how this move down is going to grind, right? In a bullish scenario, this is a wave A, B, and a wave C to the downside, whereas mentioned, we have the flat target. Now, this is an expanding flat target. Your regular flat target is this, which is where we are right now. So we now start to get into flat territory. And if we take a trend-based fib from the high of A there to this low to this high, and we check the zigzag target, we are also now in a zigzag target area, which is the 1 to the 1.236. A, B, and then your wave is C to the downside, right? So we are also now at a zigzag area. So it's quite important, quite an important area with regards to the bullish scenarios on multiple time frames, where we are now 59.1 to pretty much, what's the low? Oh, well, 56.6 now. Because inside wave B, we want to count a 3-wave structure. So 4-hour probabilities also remain bullish, still proven otherwise. That's probabilities. And on the 1-hour time frame, well, as mentioned earlier today, the probabilities were higher for an A, B, and a wave C to the downside. Arguably, this move in B, then that's in the bullish scenario, is very short in time. Sometimes the way it is, we had potentially that flat, right, A, B, C, and then move down. But in general, probabilities were higher to take the low, and we just took the low. So now that that has happened, we just observe what price does here. Keep an eye on 56.57 as well, the support down here, which is also flat target area, right, as explained. And see if we get a bounce or not. As long as price is moving down on increasing volume, we let it do its thing, no? Wave C's do like to end on high volume, which is a nice little tip as well, because it may look very scary, high volume move, but then you get the turnaround. So let's see if this is going to be a bit of a swing failure pattern, yes or no. But yeah. There is still the potential to end a structure here. So, and we reached flat target areas as well. So who knows, maybe we get a little bit of proof of support. But just like earlier today, it takes some time. Almost gave the whole move down back here, but yeah, remain patient. So yeah, there we go. There we go. So that is the probabilities on the weekly, the 4-hour, the 1 hour. And yeah, I mean, on the 1 hour pretty much played out now because we took the low. So yeah, if you were short, congratulations. Probabilities played out. And yeah, now we wait and see what price is gonna do. So yeah. God, you love Elliott Waves. I love Elliott Waves. Very nice. What a day. I'm gonna put so if you go iTerec, if you go back probably about 5 minutes, I'm covering it. I can shortly highlight it, but of course most people were here, so it's best to probably go back just for a second. But let me write. Yeah, I don't really have too much time for chatting and Q&A, everyone, because it's pretty much bedtime now as well. But let me quickly have a look at what you have been writing. Oh, by the way, Mike D again, as well as Gustav, once again, thanks for your support, guys. Absolutely incredible. Starting the stream, immediately getting, like doing that is very appreciated. Parames, welcome. Which is your favorite criteria for proof of support? Volume, Elliott Waves, CVD, market structure. It's a mix of things. Everything I use, our daily naked point, flipping resistance back into support. But I like CVD, but it's a mix of everything. It's the interpretation of all the information that I then receive and then use in my analysis. So yeah, and I guess it's different for everyone. Some people like more RSI, MACD, maybe the VWAP, past the VWAP and then go long or short. But I use all the tools that you see on my chart. Everything I see, I use is visible. So yeah, no secrets in that regard. Everything I use in my analysis, all the levels, that's literally what I use on a daily basis. Yeah, Peter, good evening as well. Running flat. Is there a proof of support on CVD? No, it's way too early to call for proof of support here. We only have a bit of a bounce to the upside. So the CVD, you need a range, right? If you want to check CVD on a 3-minute time frame, you need like move to the upside just like you had earlier today, and then price moves down, and that's when you start to see bear CVD, and that's not what you want to see, right? So yeah, I would wish, but the probabilities are not on the side. FPV looks good. If it happens, it does. Make it a triangle to bearish and follow up sideways for years. As the bearish scenario and follow up sideways for years. Make it a triangle, A, B. Oh, a running triangle. Oh shit, man. That would be horrible. Going sideways for years. Shit, man. I understand why your name is Devil here. Just going to bring it up because it's funny. Look up XTZ USD. That's BTC on BitMEX. It had a flash crash in March to 8.9K. XTC USD, BitMEX, flash crash, 8.9K. And then you get, of course, you get the stats and be like, oh, how many of the wicks actually get filled? You know what I mean? At 9K, you will sell your missus. Hopefully, she's not watching the stream, yo. The bull market support band. I believe that's an indicator, right? But it's not really something I'm using at all. Yo, maybe a band-aid, you're good. Couple, like, too many coffees. Kunz, check please on the 4-hour chart. We touched 86 is at the bottom, but then we did not update the low, but began to grow. You mean the COVID dump? Wait, 4-hour chart, Jan 27, 2021. I can probably just go to a daily, I guess. So far back. January 27. Ah, this one, I guess. Ah, yeah, I do understand I need to go to the 4 hour here. Let's see. Yep. So you have an 886 touch here, which is correct. The thing is, and that's something I already removed on my chart a long time ago, of course, is how did we count this again? Because the question is this your wave 1 or is this your wave 1? Where does the correction end? But I would need to put some time in counting this again. Because do not forget that a wave Y or even a wave C can end at the 886. So then it ends as a corrective structure. It's not a wave 1, 2, but then it is a wave Y or a wave C ending on top of the 886, and then you start your wave 1 to the upside. But therefore you would need to count this. So arguably you have a 3-wave move here to the downside, so potential ABC down here, 3-wave structure, 3-wave up, WX, but then for wave Y you don't want to have a zigzag because X is too high, so wave Y can't be a zigzag in this case really. Then we get into triangles, but if this is an ABC, C went below A over here, which isn't allowed, right? W and then A, B, C, D, E. No, A, B, C, D, E. E above C is also not allowed. W, X, W, X. Flat in Y, but there's no flat in wave Y. Triangle in Y. A, B, C, D. No, not allowed as well. So I would need to put a bit more time in here. But yeah, arguably you have a low here and then an 886 touch. But as mentioned, it's all probabilities. You have to go back to the 27th of Jan 2021 to find yourself an 886 touch potential wave 2. I know one a little bit more recent on a 1 hour time frame. There was one 886 touch, but that was the end of a wave Y or C. So it's not a wave 2, which was here. This one. This was an 886 touch as well from this low to the high, but this was a wave Y in a bigger corrective structure, which is possible because wave Y doesn't necessarily need to take the low of W. The 886 can be a target. So yeah. But nice find. It's not easy to find the 886 touches because they are so uncommon. Building a diagonal to the downside. Yeah, I know which one you mean. So, but then we definitely, of course, it's still very, very early days with regards to the triangle, right? So I guess this is what you're talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have your wave 5. You want a retracement and a move down. So yeah, let's see. It's still also for a diagonal. Wave 2 is very high, hitting the 886. It's an interesting scenario though, where all of the waves preferably are zigzag structures. So 3, 3, 3, you know, a 3 wave here and then another 3. Yeah. So you do need to count all 3 waves, but it's something in the back of the mind, let's say. But then we first need a retracement again to the upside as well. Could be just ABC scenario, but it being WXY now. Now we would be doing wave 3 of C of Y. As explained in a WXY, preferably this is not your X. You still make X, or you end wave X after the 2nd of May and then start wave Y, just because wave X is very short. It does happen that these moves can be very short, just like wave B here. It's just less common. So it's all probabilities. But therefore, preferably, actually the structure is the same. It's just the conclusion is going to be different. So in your WXY, W X, Y, you look for a zigzag ABC, and then you move up to new highs, right? However, this one, because of X so short, has a bit lower probabilities than finishing X here in a wave A, B, C. And B also contains a zigzag, but your C up, which is also an impulse, is then a wave C and not a wave 1. And then you expect new lows for Y in a zigzag, likely, or continuation of the range in a triangle. Yeah. What's up, Ilka? How are you doing? There's support 50. Yeah, so 56, 57 is what I'm looking at. DXY is flying. Yeah, I know it's bedtime. It's bedtime. My wife, I think, already went to the nest, to the bed. LA, what's up, Rob? How you doing? How you doing? Can't keep up. What does it say? S&P 5 is falling. Things were moving on your live chart. I got scared. So good for the US stock market, should result in better after hours. Yeah, so now New York is closed as well. Should be an interesting night. I'm curious what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow morning. Salman, ask viewers to like the stream, then it will show more people. Well, that's the thing. I'm not really someone that tends to ask for people to subscribe or like or register through the affiliate link, or because it's not really, I guess, my personality in a way. And also, I guess people know how it works on YouTube. If you like what you see, just press the like button. It's only one click on your mouse. If people like to comment, they know where the box is. If people want to support the channel, feel free to have a look at the partner BingX. We have always great campaigns and stuff as well. So, I guess it kind of speaks for itself. I trade on BingX myself as well, by the way. But yeah, you will never see in my videos a break in the middle of a video with, oh, by the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I have 500 affiliate links in my description. You get these amount of bonuses if you register. Of course, there's a bonus if you register. Of course, I have a partnership with the platform I use myself. But people know where it is, Also, the books in the description, all the books I like and recommend are also all affiliate links. I mean, people, I guess, know. So, and it's also written that all the way at the bottom that it's affiliates. So, yeah, I don't really tend to ask. People know, and if they like it, they will hopefully like. So, altcoin stream is on Sunday. So on Sunday we're gonna do a bigger altcoin stream. Yep. Let's see where we are on Sunday. Zebruder, how are you doing? Thomas, welcome. Welcome. Great bounce. Yeah, a little bit of a move around the low. Not bad. What's up? Quick email needed. Welcome back. Casper, good evening, man. Always a pleasure. Someone got a membership. Yeah, Thomas, yeah. It was, I think was it Mike D? What do you like? I don't know. One of these two. I forgot which one though. Mike D or Gustav. You can thank them both. Yeah, but pleasure, Casper. Thanks for popping in and leaving a comment here. Yeah, Thomas, send me an email and I'll move you up to a silver membership for the month. I only have a YouTube and Discord. Is that okay? That's perfectly fine. Absolutely, yeah. I'll get you in Discord I'll give you the silver role. Shirley, how you doing? Must be morning. No? Downside now. At least we're moving down at the moment. Invalidation FIP time for X. Ooh, that's very long. Wave X can be... we're going to be talking about probably 5 or 6 FIP time of W. So you'll be stuck for months. Yeah. Possibilities. Yeah, it's about narrowing them down. So the bearish one is the bigger impulse to the downside. All the others are pretty much bullish. So and these still have a high probability at the moment, unless you really start to lose some important levels. I know Andy, Koen Bitcoin Census. Where? Is he here? No, right? I don't know. James, what's up? Thanks, man. Cheers, mate. Victor, welcome. What do you guess to wake up to tomorrow morning? Take a guess. Okay, it's my final educated guess. What do I wake up tomorrow morning? If I wake up, where's price? Now, due to the volume in the low, the probabilities generally are higher for wave 3 price action. So I would expect to wake up with lower prices compared to higher prices. Yeah. Of course, there is the argument where you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're going to be looking for like 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, you know, to end an impulse. Wave C's can end on high volume. If this is a 5 wave in a C, you can end on high volume and then reverse, grabbing the low, swing failure pattern, move towards the upside. But you would need more information. You would need a lot more information. So red candle, CVD moved up. That's an in candle bearish CVD, which already played out. So yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if I wake up at 57.6 or something. But this is just guessing, because at the moment, from an Elliott Wave point of view, probabilities were higher to take the low. We now took the low, so now we just wait. We wait for price to show what it wants to do, but the price moving down, volume is increasing, so naturally you're going to be looking for downside until price is going to create a longer sideways ranging structure, which it didn't yet. So wait for a range, and the range will give us all the information. If we do get a bounce here to the upside, it could be pretty interesting. No? Yeah. Okay. Afternoon. Oh, wait. Afternoon. Surely. Confused. I was thinking about Australia, but we're talking about the US here. Oh, shilling affiliate links. Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own style, but I'm not really the type of I guess, content creator nowadays that that asks for anything. You know, if you want to learn Elliott Waves, you can go to gold. You want to learn making a planned strategy or my way of trading, diamond, silver, updates, likes, subscribers. Everyone knows where to find it, I suppose. Mark knows. Yeah, Mark is the all-seeing eye. Shirley is from California. I gotta remember. I won't forget now because I made the mistake once. So. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna join my wife in bed, right? I think she already went to bed now. So it's 10, almost 10:30 p.m. Time for a good night of sleep. See where price is tomorrow morning. Should be quite interesting as well tomorrow, because we do have some news as well during the day. So let's see if the volatility can continue, because this week so far has been an absolute banger. Not gonna lie, it's actually been very good. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful. Second live stream on the day doesn't happen often, only if there's special stuff happening on the chart, which is the case. We took the low. Very nice that it also happened in the exact time I wanted to be live. So yeah, cheers. Make sure you trade safe. Plan, strategy, no emotion, park that emotion. If you're not in a position, wait. From an Elliott Wave point of view, wait for a range to form. The range will give you all the information you need. No FOMO, no YOLO, trying to catch knives unless that's part of your plan, right? There will be a new opportunity. I think that maybe a Band-Aid said it the best at the beginning, like during the previous live stream. He said, I was asleep or whatever, I think it was, right? Or he missed the move here. I was asleep here as well, right? I was asleep here. If you miss a move, it's no problem. There will be a next move, right? So no panic. We are still at 60K, right? We know the support. we know resistance as well, we know the scenarios, we know the probabilities. Price moving down on volume, wait for a range to form, we'll take it from there. Also, chill. No panic, right? So relax. Bettina, by the way, good to have you here, Bettina. Welcome, but also bye. So thanks everyone for popping in. And yeah, let's see where we are tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, of course, a new update, Central European time zone, somewhere in the morning. And another live stream, maybe in the afternoon, because it is my wife's birthday tomorrow. So I'm actually not sure if I'm gonna go live. I'll let you know. I can't make the evening update because we go for dinner. But it's her birthday, so it has to be, we're gonna have a nice day. So yeah, 1 hour and 35 minutes left. Happy birthday, Ashley. Happy birthday, Miss Koens. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I should do a party stream for my wife. Get her on again. But cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna be a great day. So cheers, everyone. Okay, so it is time for me to leave. This is the third time I'm saying it. Somehow I always end up sticking in front of the webcam. So thanks everyone. Have a good one. Trade safe. Be patient. Take care. Tomorrow, another day. I will upload a morning update. So let's see where price is in the morning.